just kind of give you a roadmap. If you are served an eviction notice, I'm going to give you a very high level. This is not legal advice. I'm sharing with you how I've been able to keep myself housed since I received an eviction notice in November. With my eviction trial coming up next week, I'm going to share with you how I've been able to fight it this far on my own without an attorney. I'm unemployed for 2.5 years. Mid-November of 2024, I received an eviction notice. We're going to talk about the difference between an eviction notice and an unlawful detainer. They're two very different things. An eviction notice is something your landlord writes. I mean, he might have an attorney draft it, but it's not a court document. An eviction notice, keyword here is notice. You want to be very clear on vocabulary because this stuff is so convoluted on purpose. It's designed to keep you confused so that you give up and don't fight. An eviction notice is not the same thing as an unlawful detainer. What is a pay or quit notice? That's an eviction notice. There are different types of pay or quit notices. The very first thing you need to do if you see an eviction notice, a pay or quit notice on your door or anywhere on your premises, before you take that bish off, picture and video. I want you to write down, I want you to have photo and video evidence of the day and time you came home or opened your door and saw it. Document everything. I promise you, it can save your life. There are different types of pay or quit notices. What does pay or quit means? It's simply a notice where your landlord gives you said notice in one form or fashion. We can get into the proper ways that they have to serve that to you. But an eviction notice is essentially your landlord, not the court. It's not a legal document. An eviction notice or a pay or quit notice simply says, hey, I'm your landlord. I say you owe me X number of dollars. You have 3 days, 30 days, 60 days, whatever it is. That will depend on the city, county, and state you live in. You have 3 days, in my case, to pay or quit, to pay me what I say you owe me or bounce. You are not obligated to respond to that. It's not a legal document. You can respond to it. You can talk to your landlord and try and work something out. If anything on that notice is incorrect, the amount of rent you owe, is your name correct? Is the address correct? Are all the proper tenants named on it? Are there tenants that are on it that shouldn't be named? If there's any errors on it, you need to be documenting that. And that's an eviction notice. Now, if after the 3 days or the 30 days or the 60 days, whatever that notice dictates passes, whatever that deadline passes, if you have not paid what the landlord claims you owe or gotten the heck out of your house, the landlord can then go to the court, or a landlord's attorney can then go to the court and file an unlawful detainer. And sorry, I literally had no idea the difference. Thanks for saying. Yeah, and this is the thing, is most people don't, because I mean, nobody ever thinks it's going to happen to them, right? Number one. And number two, this vocabulary is purposefully convoluted and there's different names for the same thing. So a lot of people, sadly, when they see an eviction notice, a pay or quit notice, they think, oh my God, that's the court. They think, oh my God, the sheriff's coming. No. Breathe. Breathe. That's your landlord saying, hey, wake up. I'm coming. I'm letting you know. We're not playing games anymore. But it's not a legal document. Nothing's been filed with the court. Your notice will have a deadline depending again on your city, county, state, and what type of lease you have and all that stuff. Just basically saying, hey, you either pay what I think you owe me by this deadline or leave. And if you don't do one of those two things, I'm going to go to the court and file the unlawful detainer, which is the actual legal eviction lawsuit. That's when the poop gets real. So know the difference between eviction notice and unlawful detainer. Unlawful detainer and summons and complaint are synonymous. A summons and complaint is an umbrella term for any type of civil lawsuit. It could be a family, like a custody thing. It could be, you know, a traffic thing. It could be any type of civil matter. It could be summons and complaint is the legal lawsuit. That is the eviction lawsuit filed with the court. That's when you gotta wake up. If you were asleep at the wheel, it's real now, because now you are on a clock. And if you don't know your rights, if you don't know your city and county's eviction processes, you have anywhere from 5 to 10 days to figure out what you're gonna do. Leave, fight, pay. And if you don't respond to that within that deadline, or by that deadline, that's when a sheriff can come put the, hey, you got 5 days to bounce, or your crap's going on the corner, multiple times a day, or you should be. And here's why. The clerks at the courthouse are overworked, understaffed, underpaid, and they are not attorneys. They can only tell you so much, and you will get not only conflicting information, but you will get incorrect information. Telling you this is you can call your courthouse 6 times a day, in one day rather, and talk to 6 different clerks and get 6 completely different answers to the same question. This is why I'm telling you, you've got to be an expert, because you have to filter all of that and weigh it against your own research and make the most educated guess you possibly can about what the right thing to do is. You cannot count on a court clerk to give you accurate information or to file your paperwork appropriately. You've got to follow up. I said I was going to talk about the difference between calendar days and court days. Calendar day is you count every day of the month. Weekdays, weekends, holidays, federal, every day of the month, calendar days. You count every day. A court day is not synonymous with federal holidays. A court day is any day excluding weekends and federal holidays and court holidays, because courts have more holidays than are on the federal holiday calendar. So county courthouse website, or just Google, you know, for example, for me, Alameda County courthouse holidays, and you'll find a calendar. Like, for example, the courthouse was closed on Lincoln's birthday. Lincoln's birthday is not a federal holiday, but the courts are closed. So you got to know this, because that means that you can't go to the courthouse on that day, but that means that, like, nothing can get filed on that day. So, you know, if you have an answer deadline for your eviction, and, you know, it's 10 days, and, you know, 3 of those days are, you know, a Friday, Saturday, and a court holiday, you know, how do you calculate what day you have to file it? Know your court, like, just book. Court days are not always synonymous with federal holiday calendars. You gotta go to your county courthouse website and screenshot or bookmark their holidays for the year.